Congratulations. Self-improvement's making your life worse. This is a good thing. You might be wondering, why the hell is my life getting worse even though I'm going under this whole self-improvement journey? And the truth is, it's because your subconscious is finally calling you out on your own bullshit. So what happens when you go down this whole self-awareness, self-improvement journey, you start to become self-aware of all of the crap that you have been doing that has not been good for you up to this point. And that's why this can seem like life is getting worse rather than better. But one principle that has stuck with me for many years whenever it comes to self-improvement is that things always get worse before they get better. What I notice is things in my life have always gotten a little bit worse right before they start to improve and I start to hit a new level. So that's one thing to tell yourself, and hopefully that kind of mindset is what's going to keep you going through the hardest times, because if you understand that things are generally going to get a little bit worse because past experiences and past habits that you're doing have momentum. And it's really hard to stop those things on a dime. So sometimes you have to suffer through those things before the momentum of the new habits can actually kick in. Once you're self-aware, and once you know that you want to live in a certain way, that's step one. But step two is actually acting on it. And the problem with most people whenever they are just starting off is they don't actually know how to act on it. They just go through and they listen and read books and they watch all these YouTube videos about how they can improve, but they don't actually take action behind it. So your actions aren't in congruence with the things that you're telling yourself that you want. So your brain is going haywire and it doesn't know what the hell it's supposed to do. And this is where anxiety comes in. There's just not a lack of clarity or congruence or agreement between what your brain wants to do versus what you say you want it to do. Here's the thing. You can't bullshit your subconscious. It's not going to let it happen. It's not going to happen. You have to be honest with it. And then if you want to change it, you have to actually act in the way that you say you want it to act. And that's the most uncomfortable, anxiety-provoking thing. But would you rather be anxious and uncomfortable in the short term, or would you rather just be anxious and uncomfortable forever? You get to pick. If you choose to be uncomfortable in the short term, your long term is going to be great. Versus if you choose to be comfortable in the short term, long term's not going to be so great. When you start self-improvement and you become self-aware of who you are and the things that you have been doing, it's going to hit you a little bit harder. This is why your life seems worse, because you come to a realization that you are not who you thought you were this whole time. So essentially, it's like you've been lying to yourself, and we know how much it hurts to be lied to. So this is no different. So one, you should probably approach it with a little bit of care and understanding that you just didn't have the information available to you up until now. Now with that, you can choose to improve, and it's going to suck because you're going to have to erase years of, bad habits and programming. But this is why it seems to suck so bad. Just because you're not who you're supposed to be or who you would like to be. And the truth is, when you do become self-aware, your life is actually getting better. But most people fail to realize this because growth and getting better does require breaking down. Same thing with growing muscles in the gym. You have to break them down in order for them to rebuild and become stronger. It's like the phoenix rises out of the ashes. You have to be able to and be willing to break down before you can ultimately become a better person. That's the same way with getting better at dating or in school, whatever it might be, or your job. It's putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, sucking at it, realizing that you are terrible, feeling really bad about it until you feel a little bit less bad about it. And then over time, as you continue to feel a little bit less bad about that thing, as you keep doing it, you eventually find yourself being pretty damn good at it. But the truth is, sometimes we need to be shown where we suck in order to not suck at those things. And when we think about where we are coming from and why life seems worse, it's because we have so much momentum going in one direction, which is the suck route, that it's going to take time to shift that and go back the other direction. Think about it like a snowball coming down a mountain. And it's going to just build and build over time. It's like trying to stop a snowball that has been rolling for years down this massive mountain. You're not going to be able to stop it in a day. It's going to take consistent effort to just slow it down. So that's the whole goal, is just to be able to slow those actions down in order to get them moving in the other direction. Your life is not getting worse. You're just aware of the bullshit that you've been telling yourself, or that you have not been telling yourself the entire time. So stick with self-improvement. Keep trying to learn more about yourself so that you can learn the best traits to use about you in order to get to where you want to go. So till next time, I appreciate it. Peace.